So today is January the 23rd, which means we are one day past our baby's due date. The baby's due date, January 22nd, felt like such a milestone to my wife and I. It was this one date to which we were perhaps expecting this massive impending change. I mean, it's something where you have such anticipation, excitement, nerves, of course, an element of fear and unknown. But of course, an immense amount of positivity, an immense amount of love and excitement. And then nothing happened. You work towards that day. I can remember Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the working towards the weekend, this Saturday to which the baby was due. And naturally, nature has its own way of these things working out. But it gave my wife and I a moment to reflect and a moment to kind of think about the journey of becoming parents, the journey of motherhood and fatherhood. So today, my wife is going to ask me 5 questions about kind of becoming a father, or perhaps questions I should know the answers to, and we wanted to share this with you today. So question 1, please.
What percentages of babies actually arrive on their due date?
All right, disclosure, I know the answer to this because my wife told me. Now, if she'd have asked me this 20 minutes ago, before the Googling was happening as to what questions to ask, I would have said something like 20%. But I know that in reality, it's 5%. So 5% chance of a baby being born on its due date. But I'm still bitterly disappointed because I wanted baby hugs, okay? I wanted that little squidgy, like human to kind of cuddle. Alas, it will happen, of course, in the coming days. Question number 2.
So what is the first sense that the baby acquires after birth?
After birth, right.
Yeah.
So it's not sight, because sight comes, they're like all over the shop for a while, I think. And I don't think it's necessarily going to be taste. But I'm thinking about the senses to which have already developed in the womb, and hearing stands out to me because I'm aware that hearing is something really early. So I'm going to go with hearing.
It's actually touch.
Touch.
Yeah, sense of touch.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of like a little bit of a hard question to. I mean, the baby can already hear, the sense of touch, and of course, like cats have whiskers, right? But I don't know. I feel that I was shortchanged on that one. Okay, question number 3.
When do babies start crawling?
Don't they crawl when they come out? No, I'm kidding. Again, so crawling, I'm going to say normal babies, something like between 4 to 6 months, maybe 6 to 9 months. So between 4 to 9 months.
Oh, close. They typically start crawling by the age of 6 to 10 months.
All right, so, I was there. We've been blessed enough to be godparents to a wonderful little girl, Lily, and she's like a superstar. So for me, she probably was already crawling at sort of 3 months. No, I'm kidding. But okay, that wasn't so far from the correct answer.
Well done.
Question number 4.
How often do babies wee?
I mean, non-stop, I'm guessing. It's got to be like once every 2 hours when they're little, like tiny. I mean, they feed every 2 hours, right? Or something like that in the beginning. So baby, newborn has to be like, I'm thinking digestive tracts. It's crazy. I'm thinking of like a puppy in a way. How much does a puppy pee? Because their bladders are so small. Once every 2 to 3 hours.
They wee every 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
For the first 6 months, yeah.
So it's like
that's going to be a lot of diaper changing for
that's like a fountain. That's something I've definitely learned. I had no idea it was on that frequency. And the penultimate question number 5.
How often should you feed your baby?
That's every 1 to 2 hours, right? Or as much as they need food. They are constantly giving you signals. That they have those literally when they're already born, that they move their mouths to like replicate. So you feed them as much as they need to be fed. You don't overfeed them, but I guess the cadence is like every 1 to 2 hours anyway. That they're going to be like, right? Is that close?
Yeah, of course. Every 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a tiny baby, but I'm a huge guy. So for me, the idea of eating every 1 to 2 hours is infinitely more appealing than 2 to 3.
Oh, well done.
I wasn't so off, which gives me a grain of hope that actually at the age of 35, becoming a father is something which I'm aware is going to be a learning journey, but a journey to which I'm able to rise to and that I feel ready to take on. That's been one of the elements of sort of self-development that I've realised, that while a lot of people are constantly reminding me and each other that you don't know what life was like, or what life is like now that you're a parent, that there was... But actually, if I reflect, and I may feel differently a week from now if the baby is born, but when I reflect, I've had a good life, and I've felt very lucky. It's been a range of up and downs, but it's been a life that I'm happy to have lived nonetheless. So now the concept of building on that life, taking that to another level, and perhaps seeing things, experiencing things, not through my own eyes, but through the eyes of a baby, a toddler, another human, is something that I'm exceptionally excited about, albeit nervous. What if she doesn't like photography? What if she doesn't like videos and all this stuff? I'm going to be heartbroken. I mean, no, but it's so exciting to be part of this journey. Do you have any more questions for me?
Not at this point.
All right, there's no more questions. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.